Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Thursday morning business chat. I'm your host, Robin Blank Mascari. I think you guys know that. It's kind of strange to be all over the place. And we did a call on Monday night on why we love network marketing. And on our leadership call yesterday, people said there's a different audience on Thursday morning and we hear more voices. So we're doing why we love network marketing today. And several people have volunteered to contribute from our leadership call. And then we open it up for everybody because we want to hear from lots of you of why you love network marketing. And I'll just kind of set the context a little bit. Some of you know, some of you don't, it doesn't matter. I have a background in career transition as an outplacement consultant. And when people lost their job and got the pink slip, I was in the next room with the Kleenex box. And I literally work with thousands of people in career transition from the moment they got the news until they got their job and everywhere in between. So I worked with thousands of people over a few decades, helping them make that transition. And the very first thing we did was a values assessment. And what I learned very clearly is that we are happiest and most fulfilled in our life when our highest values are met. And so I always invite people to really stop and take a look and write down what's most important to you. And when you do that, and then take a look at your home, where you live, what you're doing, your relationships, and see if they fit your highest values. And I can pretty much guarantee if your top five values are met, you're going to be happy and fulfilled. And so, just as an example, one of my highest values is freedom. And I don't like to be limited in any way. And this profession provides that really well in so many dimensions. And so we had several people that said they wanted to contribute today. And so I'm going to let you guys unmute your line. Why don't you raise your hands and I can see you and call on you in order. And then we're going to open things up for everybody, whoever else wants to share. Why do you love network marketing? So we're going to start out with Barbara Larrabee. I want you to unmute your line, Barbara, and you can get the ball rolling, and then we'll go to Anne Marie and we'll see who's next.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Robin. And this is one of my favorite topics is why do you love network marketing? Because I have been blessed to kind of dabble in it since I was in my 20s. And to follow up on what you said, as far as freedom, that is one of the biggest things for me. And flexibility too. It's the flexibility. Do you want to go for a walk now or later? Do you want to watch TV? Hello, or would you rather do something that's being really productive? And so it's about being able to schedule things the way you want to in most cases, and just have a tremendous amount of flexibility. Even freedom to, we're a digital society now, even freedom to go sit at the beach and do your business. Hello. So that's on my big list for this year. And then if I could, I don't want to hog our time, but if I could add one more thing is I think it's really, for me, important that network marketing is such a gift to the senior market. I discovered when you were talking about your role in the corporate world, and I discovered when I was in corporate that I was basically washed up in my 50s. It was very, very hard to transition into something that was going to be rewarding and give you the kind of income you needed. And so network marketing to me is a place where you can be just so fulfilled and have that income opportunity too, and stay financially solid as long as you want. It doesn't matter if you're in your 70s or 80s or 90s or whatever, you can be rocking.
I love it.
Yeah, so those two things are really, really key for me.
Beautiful. Thank you, Barbara. And I love your little sign behind you. It's on beach time. So there you go. Okay. Anne Marie, why don't you unmute and you go next? Anne Marie, can you unmute your line?
I'm so sorry. I'm in the car, so I unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. Why don't you start sharing?
Great. I just was saying, but I didn't know I was on mute. I said ditto to everything Barbara said. I'm totally on board with everything. And I just want to add a few things. Having worked in corporate America for the first probably half of my career days of 45 years now, and lots of degrees and everything else, training and out the wazoo. I just love this so much more for the independence, for the freedom, for the hope that it gives. And one of the main things is being able to do productive activities every day. I didn't like it in corporate world where so much was non-productive, counterproductive, wasting time, office politics, commuting, expensive clothes, car, the whole thing, sales and marketing. Yes, there's a place for it, but I wasn't in the right place. And so the way we succeed in this is by helping others. In corporate America, it's by covering, you know what, and keeping quiet and doing your own thing and being very competitive. And it's just a terrible environment for me. For others, maybe so, but I just love being able to help others, reaching out to others, meeting new people every day, talking to them about their issues, their health, you know, their values, their goals, and being able to help and guide them. And it's a slower process. Perhaps you don't get a paycheck, a standard, you know, corporate paycheck every 2 weeks or every month, and you work hard for it. But it's so nice at the end of the day to know that your hard work paid off and will go into your bank account and not your bosses or your boss's bosses and the stockholders and all that. It's going to you, and that's just a great sense of pride and, I don't know, independence.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful, Anne Marie. Thank you so much. You said so many things, both of you, but you know, in the corporate world, there is more of a competitive nature and we're much more collaborative and we get to cherry pick who we work with, and you want to make more money, you work harder. How wonderful is that? So for those of you that want to share, raise your hand and I'll just call you in order. Anyone can raise your hand because we have a few more of our leaders from that had we're planning on sharing something, and then the rest of you just raise your hand because we want to hear from you. So we have a Zoom user. I'm not sure who that is, but you've got your hand up.
It's Henrietta again.
Who is it?
Henrietta.
Oh, hi, Henrietta. Thank you.
Oh, yes. My thing is I'm 73 years old. I've been in 3 different networks and I'm still with 2. But the reason I love network marketing, when I was bringing up my children, I was able to have a second income without going out of the house. Second, the amazing people I meet at the conference. I would have never met these people. They're not in my downline or my upline. They're totally in another leg of someone. And like last night, I just talked to one of them that lives in San Francisco, and someone invited me to Colorado. So just the mass of friendships that I would have never, ever had.
Thank you so much. It's a people, as we say, it's a relationship business first and foremost. And you get to meet people you never would have met any other way. And how wonderful is that? Okay, so our next person up front is Janet Kiefer. So please unmute your line, and anyone else who wants to raise your hand and share why you love network marketing, please raise your hand and I'll continue to call on you. Okay, thanks. Janet, you're on.
Hey, good morning. Can you hear me, Robin?
We can. Everyone's driving today. My goodness.
Well, again, I echo what Barbara said and Anne Marie, and now I think it's Henrietta. And I would just add, I was finally paid what I was worth, flat out.
Yay.
And secondly, I love, as we age, we kind of get bucketed in with our own age group. And I love that network marketing, I'm around all kinds of people, all ages. As we go international, you're in touch with people in other countries. I love that I have millennials on the team. I love that I have seniors on the team. And since honestly, the longevity stats are women anymore are going to live to their 90s, that we have a solution that helps people for 50 years of their life. It's really exciting.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we have Sarah, you get to go next. Please unmute. Thank you, Janet. That was it. You know, what you said about being exposed to millennials. I love learning from younger people. I said, help me understand what's it like to be a teenager right now? What's it like to be in your 20s in the world right now? And it's so helpful to me to broaden my perspective. So let's see, we have Sarah, you're on.
Okay, so I have an answer to your first question. What has become clear to me since our last conversation? And
Yes.
what has really become clear to me is how much I love network marketing. And and you know, the amazing guidance we get in network marketing, the free training, the amazing inspiration we get from our upline. There's nothing like it in this world. And I've been, you know, through a lot of different things like everyone else. So it's just astounding. And I love what you said about our values, because I think that's, if I look at my highest 5 values, they're all answered by network marketing. The first one is helping people. That's a huge motivator for me. And where else can you have a business that you're actually helping people more than you're helping yourself in a way, and you get rewarded, and you get friendship and all the other things that everybody was talking about, and free training and inspiration, daily inspiration. It's phenomenal. So, and also the last thing that I want to say was about one of my values is having possibility, you know, so it's like the sky's the limit, and we're beyond the sky is the limit. So there's no limits. So that's an amazing thing too in network marketing. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Isn't it wonderful when, you know, sadly, and I'll put my camera back on, you know, I think we all know that there's a mixed perception of our profession. And so when someone asks, is this network marketing? And they have an attitude about it, and I proudly say, it is, and help me understand, why are you asking? And so we're not here to defend, we're not here to convince, we just are interested, because I realize when people have a judgment about anything, really, it's just typically they just don't understand. And it's so wonderful to learn from people that see the world differently. And that's, and Sarah, you said it, we get to be inspired and learn every day. Well, we got a whole bunch more hands. Okay, let's continue. Jennifer, why don't you unmute, and you are next.
Thank you. Oh, it's been inspiring, because everybody's hit on some aspect of what I love. And Robin, when you were talking about values, that's what I do in my coaching world too, when I'm connecting with people, is identifying values. And I thought of my values of freedom and flexibility, of travel, of connection, meaningful conversation, community. All these things are touched. And also play, fun, joy. That piece has been such a big deal for me. When I think about other networks I've been a part of, what I'm really appreciating about LifeWave is the collaborative spirit, the non-competitive collaborative spirit, the generosity, and also the global. I love being a part of a global community where I can talk to anybody anywhere on Zoom and be able to, again, create my net around the world where I can travel and see friends everywhere. So this has opened up a world of inspiration again, because I had been in networks that weren't as inspiring as this and generous as this. So I just want to say hooray, LifeWave, and Robin and Gregory for modeling what is possible in this industry.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer. And thank you for stopping by to visit us last summer.
Oh my gosh, did my world just open up? Oh,
You want to just really quickly share, because we have some more people, but this is just one of those things. Jennifer was out. Why don't you share?
bottom line, brief, I decided to simplify my life a few years ago, and I bought an RV, and I wanted to see the country. I've seen a lot of the world, but I wanted to see our country, and I decided to look up all my favorite people from various spiritual groups that I had been a part of. And I knew I wanted to see Montana and Wyoming and Yellowstone and everything. And guess who's on the list of Montana? Yes. So, and they said, and we have a hookup. So it was marvelous. So now I have a reason to keep going back. And so, yep.
That was none of our intention, but boy, is it fun how that happened.
I know it.
It happened again the other day to me, and I'll share that story later. Okay, thank you, Jennifer. I'm just love having you. Jennifer and I have known each other for at least 3 decades. In this, we go to the same retreat every year, and we know we love each other, but we didn't know the details, and now we know more of the details, and it just gets better. Okay, Pamela, why don't you unmute? You're next. Pamela.
Just listening to everyone just brings such joy to my heart. I would have to say it's the freedom and it's the relationships for sure. Just being introduced to this particular organization has been a gift from God as far as I'm concerned, because everyone is so giving. And one of the biggest things is in network marketing, people are heard. They really are cared about and they're heard. And everyone just wants to help everyone. And that to me is an amazing, amazing ideal for our whole world. I mean, I think network marketing can change the world, and especially this particular one, I must say. I mean, who would not want to feel younger and healthier?
Beautiful.
So that's
Beautiful.
it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robin. Robin, you and Gregory are the best. That's all I can say.
Thank you. Well, I think you guys know that we love this profession and we love all of you. And it is a big love fest we have going on here, and how grateful we all are, as we have an extraordinary community of people, like you're saying, that are loving and generous, and people don't count what level or which line of sponsorship. They're just there to help. And isn't that beautiful? It's a business of service. It's a business of caring and sharing. So Diane Laughlin, you are next, my dear. You want to unmute? There you go.
Sometimes
Hi.
when you click the little microphone, it doesn't do anything. So, I just love network marketing, and I have been in several companies, and like a lot of the other ladies said, this is unique to anything that I have ever been with. And I read Wallace Wattles' The Secret to Getting Rich several years ago, and he was saying that we should have a spirit of cooperation and not competition. And this group defines it. I've just, I get all choked up because it's just such an awesome community and opportunity. So, and Robin, you and Gregory are just awesome. So thank you.
I appreciate you so much, Diane. It's just, I love getting to know all of you. It's like we said, it's the people in this business, and this community attracts such amazing people. I've been in a lot of companies, like way more than I care to admit, but this community holds, it's set a new bar. It's extraordinary. Okay, Darlene, you get to go next.
Well, I agree with what everyone has been saying, but one thing I haven't heard is the positivity. It's a place where everything seems to be positive. You don't hear a lot of negative. And in a lot of different jobs and things, you hear all this nitpicking and negativity, and I'm a very upbeat, positive kind of person, and I love that network marketing allows me to be positive even more than I normally would have. And it's everybody. It's not just your group, that it's like your sideline and people that you're not even benefiting from. They're all positive and they give that back to you too. It's like you and Gregory, you are such a great asset and we love you so much.
Thank you, my dear. We love you too. Isn't that nice that you get to say we love you all the time in business? Isn't that beautiful? It's so beautiful. Okay, let's see. Michelle has her hand up. And
Good
we got
morning.
room, we got time for more. So what do you love about network marketing? We'd love to hear from you and raise your hand. Thank you.
Yes, we have about 10 minutes, so we'd love to hear from more of you. I am just so appreciative of all the insights and sharings. And I was actually going to say very similar to what Darlene just said. And I just want to read something in the chat from Jennifer. Like attracts like, and we get to surround ourselves with people who love deeply, want to make a difference, are generous of spirit, heart connected, freedom loving, and beacons of possibility. I mean, what else can you say? That's it. And to echo what Darlene was saying, the positivity in network marketing, as Jim Rohn says, you work on yourself because you are your business. And so and I have been in several other companies, they don't hold the candle to LifeWave, but the experience in network marketing, all of them had gifts, every single one. I don't regret a moment. And people who are in network marketing work on themselves. Have you guys noticed that? I mean, everyone is working on personal development. You stretch, you go outside your comfort zone. I mean, when I started doing the chat, I was nervous and I actually still am some mornings, you guys, because I am still stretching. I'm still on my edge. It's like I get to just be more and more, be in this greenhouse, as Robin and Gregory said so beautifully. You're in a safe greenhouse where you get to grow. We get to grow humans. We get to grow souls. We get to grow hearts. And we get to help people to become the beautiful, bright beings that we all are. I mean, we get to meet our highest potential in network marketing. And one more thing, we get to pick our team. We get to pick who we work with. Yes! It's like how many people you go into a job and it's like, oh, I hate my boss. And this person's grinding on me and this. And even if you have someone on your team that's a little bit of a challenge, yes, yay, celebrate. You get to grow more. You get to talk to your mentors and your upline. How can I deal with this situation? You get to grow every day and become more of the beautiful being that you are. So thank you. I love you guys. I love this profession.
We could tell, honey, and it's so beautiful. And I love listening to all of you because you're all adding these gems of wisdom. So we got several more hands up. This is wonderful. Timothy and Helen, whoever it is on your end that wants to share, go for it.
Hey, it's Tim. First thing is that I get to spend and be with and work with my honey Helen. And secondly, I got rid of the ball and chain, normally known as the clock. I was scheduled for 35 years and I can change that now.
Wow. That is so powerful. We're not trading hours for dollars. We have the freedom. That's beautiful. Thank you, Timothy. Okay. Mary Nelson, you're next. And I think Henrietta wants to talk again, so you'll go after Henrietta. Okay.
No, I did not. I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
bowling. I'm
Okay.
bowling and I accidentally hit that.
You're bowling. Don't you love it? That's what she loves. She can do what she loves to do and be in business at the same time. You can
Yes.
bowl while you're doing business. Love it. Okay, Mary Nelson, you're on.
Well, I agree with everything everyone said. It has been it's been awesome. Everybody covered it, but I used to think 80 was old. I wasn't. When I was 60, I thought, God, when you're 80, you're really old. But being in LifeWave, I turned 80 and I don't feel old anymore. So I thank the company for that and the product and the business. I just am more excited about network marketing every day. it blows my mind how exciting it's getting. So
Thank you, Mary. And you did such a beautiful job the other night too. And we have such great wisdom in this community. You guys are awesome. Awesome. So I want to go to the chat for a little bit while other people are raising their hand and want to share, because there's some juicy stuff in the chat that I want to read in case you haven't seen it. Kira, I love what you said, honey. I'm finally learning to appreciate network marketing, especially the idea of remaining financially solid for as long as I wish, with flexibility and independence. Yes, sometimes it takes a while to fall in love with it. And remember Gregory's quote the other night, once you fall in love with network marketing and it gets under your skin, there's no known cure. Just a warning for everybody. Okay. Leslie, there's huge potential. That's important for me. Hearing and seeing others. And Michelle shared what Jennifer said. Sybil says, I love network marketing because it empowered me to learn how to improve the health of our family and paid for my natural health and business education. Network marketing gave me the means to improve the quality of my family's life. It's now giving me hope for a productive, purposeful season. Network marketing is empowering me to work again. I'll celebrate my 65th birthday unretirement party. Yes. It's like Gregory says, when you love what you do, you never work another day in your life. Let's see. My party is to demonstrate gratitude to my creator for all the special people he put in my life that helped me choose to stick around longer when I felt like giving up. I lost my mentors who died of COVID 2 years ago. My heart broke with loneliness without them and other loved ones. And I am grateful for my upline mentors who have truly listened and are helping me continue to heal in spirit, soul, and body. Oh, Sybil, that was so beautiful. So beautiful. Thank you, my dear. And Carol Lee says, I love that we can choose who we work with. And I love that I get to work with you, Carol Lee. Just so you know, Carol Lee is local in Montana and we get to work together, which is really wonderful. And Barbara says, oh, Sybil, that was so beautiful. Jennifer said, thank you, Michelle. Ravel says, love all these comments in the chat. Thank you, Michelle. And Carol Lee says, you don't look 80, Mary. Isn't that wonderful? It's so wonderful. And getting rid of the ball and chain. Tim, that was amazing, Timothy. And Jennifer said, I love unplugging for a week or two and the income keeps coming in. And, several of you know, Gregory went through quite the health challenge in 2020. And I was every day incredibly grateful, not just for the stem cells that helped him, accelerate his healing, but that we had the finances to take care of things. The stress wasn't there. And I could do what was most important. Yeah. Victoria has her hand up. Go for it, Victoria. Thank you very much, Ravel. Ravel, God bless you. She's just so, she holds everything, this wonderful woman, Ravel, and she cares for everyone, and it's so beautiful. Victoria Reed, you're on.
Good morning from Fernley, Nevada, and here's one of the great advantages of working in network marketing, and that is I can run my business from anywhere. And it just so happens to be Fernley, Nevada this morning. Yesterday it was Colby, Kansas, as we work our way across into California. And we'll be in San Francisco a little bit later today. However, there's another aspect. I spent over 25 years in the corporate world, and gone are the myriad of meetings in which absolutely nothing was accomplished. Gone is the actual time clock and the expectation that you're being paid for your 8 hours of work, but you're expected to put in a 12-hour day and not get compensated for that. Gone is the feeling of, if I don't have the answers, I can't ask anybody for them, because that's a sign of weakness and that conveys I can't do my job. And here in network marketing, anytime I have any questions about something that I don't understand, I have a myriad of people who are willing to jump in and let me know what it is that I need to know so that I can be successful and I can help others be successful too. And that's huge. There's that positive culture and non-punitive feeling that you have of the freedom to work in network marketing.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Victoria. And you do embody the lifestyle. You can do it anywhere, at the bowling alley, in the truck, wherever you might be.
All you need is an internet connection.
That's all you need. There you go. Okay, so now we're at the bottom of the hour. Is there anyone else that has a burning share before we complete the call?
Hey, it's John Bishop.
Hi, John. Good morning.
We spoke a few weeks ago. Took me a while to get to this meeting because I've been going through a horrendous move, but we're kind of, my wife and I are kind of settled in now. So thank you. This is my first time attending your meeting, and I'm sorry I came in late, but yeah, it kind of slipped my mind, and then I looked at my reminder and I was okay. I may as well get on. I don't think I'll be too persecuted if I'm a little late.
We don't do that.
Okay. So yeah, it's nice to see everybody.
Well, we want to give you a very warm welcome to the Live Younger community and to our Thursday morning business chat, and excited to see more of you. And this is
Yes, welcome.
Oh, okay. So let me finish up by just sharing that this book, The Flip Flop CEO, has 10 items in it of, what does she call it? Why she loves the business or something. And you guys covered a lot of it. But I just want to go through 10 really fast. You're not trading dollars for hours. And we heard most of these. Freedom and flexibility. We have business in a box. It's simple and easy for anyone to duplicate if they do the work. We have the tools and the resources. We don't have to do the stuff we don't like to do, like shipping and billing and all that stuff. It gets handled for us. And several people talked about getting paid what you're worth. And several people talk about you get to choose who you work with. And I say, pick ye wisely. I don't want just anyone on my team. I'm picky. I have a list of qualities and characteristics that I want. And one of them is people that are aligned with my values. I don't want people that see the world the same way, but people that are aligned with my values. You don't need a huge network to be successful. That's really, really valuable because one person can change your life. And you don't even have to have personally known them. If you've got a builder on both legs, guess what? You have got a business that's growing. And you get to turn expenses into income. And we've heard several people talk about traveling. Gregory's over in Thailand right now for 6 weeks. Guess what? That's a business expense. When we go to Hawaii, guess what? It's a business expense. And so let's see, you get to make a difference with your dollars. You can purchase other goods and services from other network marketing companies, support, friends and family and people that and make a difference that way. You get to take charge of your financial future. We heard that from many people, that how wonderful that is, no matter what your age, whether you're 18 or 90, it's 18's the bottom, it's to be in the business, you need to be at least 18. And then the last one is that this profession is poised to explode. During the pandemic, when people were home, our business continued to grow. People are looking for other supplemental sources of income. They're looking for Plan B. It's really good to have several sources of income. So I am just so grateful to all of you. This is a wonderful call, and I'm so glad the director said, let's do it again so we can hear from more voices. And we did. And thank you. And goodbye. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Thanks for all your contributions. That was fabulous. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank
you.
Thank you, Robin. Goodbye.
Thank
you.
Love you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Great
Thank you.
call.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.